So today I'm going to show you how to set up a transition area when you have to do the transition area by your bike. So my bike's racked, so imagine that's on some racking, and we'll get going in how you do this. So first of all, you're going to put your towel down. So I make mine quite long, so I fold it so it's in a long length, and I put that down the side of my bike, probably starting from where my crank is, because I'll show you why in a minute. So the first thing is your run shoes, so we want those at the back, and put them in the way you're going to put your feet into them. And make sure if you're using laces, that the laces are untied. Probably elastic laces are the best way to go, or the quickest transition, but do make sure you practice those in training to make sure that they're not too tight. So if you're going to get elastic laces, do practice with them. And then anything else you're going to need for the run, you place with your run shoes. So whether that's you're going to use a hat to run with, or gels, anything like that. So I don't know, you could put the hat in the middle so you can grab your run shoes easier. So that's the run part of it. And then next we go to the bike. So your bike shoes would come next, in the way you're going to put your feet into them, and make sure if you've got the Velcros that they're all undone. And the same with these, if you're using these BOA fastenings, that they're pulled out and everything's loose so you can get your feet into them. Then if you're going to wear socks, make sure that you separate them, and if they've got a left and right, that you put those into the right shoes. Now if you're not going to wear socks, a good tip is to put some talcum powder in your bike shoes, and that will help dry your feet off. And then also in your trainers as well, and you can put a bit of Vaseline on the back of the trainers to help your feet slip in better and help against blisters and things. So that's if you're not going to wear socks. So after you've put your socks in, if you're wearing them, then is the race belt. Now if you're not wearing your race belt underneath your wetsuit, then this would go next, but obviously you're going to have your race number attached to this as well. So you put that on top of your bike shoes. Then we get to the helmet. So you want to make sure all of these fastenings aren't tangled up. You don't want to be messing about with that in transition, so make sure they're not tangled. And you're going to put the helmet on top of your bike shoes in the way it's going to go on your head. And again, make sure you don't flip these in and they get tangled. Have them on the outside. And then your sunglasses, if you're wearing them, would go on top. Now you can put your helmet on your tri-bars if you want. If you've got tri-bars, you can rest it on the tri-bars, but be aware whenever athletes are rushing about, they could knock that off your bike. Or you can hang it over your handlebars as well if you fasten it, but that's going to make your transition a little bit longer. So, but it's personal preference. You're all going to have different goals of what you want to achieve in this race. So that's how I'd set it up. And this little bit of extra towel I've got, that can go over the top and do a couple of things. One, if it does rain, it can protect your stuff a little bit from the rain. And two, it also protects it from other athletes knocking when they're rummaging around doing their transitions, stop them knocking yours all over the place. So it can be used for that. And then the third thing it can be used for, when you do pull it out, whether you do that before you go into the swim, you pull that out, or whether if it is raining, whether you do that when you come back from the swim, you'll have something to dry your feet on, or not, to stand on and get your bottoms of your feet a little bit drier. So when we come back from the swim, your wetsuit off, you can stand on this, and you're going to grab your sunglasses, they'll go on. Helmet is all ready to go on your head in the right position. Do it up, grab your race belt, get that on if you're using a race belt. Then you go socks. Hopefully your feet are a bit dry, so these slip on a lot easier. And this is why it's probably, if you're doing shorter distance, it could be worthwhile to practice doing cycling and running without socks, but do practice this in training. And then you would go into your bike shoes. Obviously you're going to do these up, or you might have them, you might have them open and run with your bike, and then do them up once you're on the bike, up to you, or fly mount if you're able to do that. So then you would grab your bike and off you go. So then when you come back from your bike, you'd rack your bike first. Now you can either do this from bottom up or top down. So you can either take the helmet off first or your shoes off first, it's up to you. So just helmet off, shoes off, then you've got your trainer, as quick as you can, one on. See, schoolboy error here, I didn't untie that one. Trainer on, if they're elastic laces you wouldn't even have to do those up. Grab your hat, off you go, run to the run out, and do this while you're running. Put your cap on while you're running. And away you go, you're on the run. So this is a starting point for you of a way, if you've never done triathlon before, it gives you an idea of how to set up your transition. Tweak it to suit you. You know, this is just the way I would do it. You might have as you do more and more triathlons, you might have a different way of doing it that suits you better, but this is a starting point. So I hope this helps, and good luck with your first triathlon.